Greetings. I'm listening.
Great to meet you.
I've been expecting you.
For the good.
You come get the voodoo.
Hey there. And you are?
Light be with you.
You come to consult the spirits?
Welcome to Orgrimmar. Have you come to serve the Horde?
Shiny. Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Hello and welcome to Ctrl Alt WoW, the podcast for those of us who love World of Warcraft and love making many alts. Today is Sunday, April 5th, 2020, and this is episode 657 entitled, The Sun'll Come Out Tomorrow, and so will we. Bet your bottom dollar. I'm Aprillian, your host, and with me are my two awesome co-hosts. Hello, Constructs. How are you today?
I'm feeling fantastic. The sun is out where I am, and I really have no quarrels with anyone, so I'm kind of glad for the way things are today.
All right. And Grand Nagus, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just had a nice weekend with my girlfriend and her little daughter that turned 12 yesterday. So
awesome.
We had a nice birthday little birthday party. So it was nice.
12 is the perfect age before she becomes a teenager.
Yeah. I mean, I already told her, if you don't get a shotgun, I will. So, yeah.
Double barrel or single slide?
Oh, double barrel.
Double tap.
Or if you see a picture of her, you would get like a rail gun, shotgun. It's like.
So how's everything over in... actually, I hear that Germany's doing the best in all of this.
Yeah, Germany is on top as far as Europe's concerned. Right. You guys got it down past.
Yes. So
we are apparently going to start doing antibody tests soon.
Nice.
So we have two big companies and organizations that are in the final stages of development, apparently. At least one of them is.
You know what's going to happen, eh? Germany's going to be the blood bank for the world, and everyone's going to bow to the master's way of doing it.
We don't want to call it
really
that.
don't know. I heard a radio interview earlier today, and they said apparently it's quite uncertain as to how long the immunity is going to last. They have no idea. Some immunity apparently in their studies and in their analysis lasted a couple of days only.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
The question is, so if that is true, the question is that only because of the illness, because of the virus, or will a vaccine provide immunity for longer? Or is it just, imagine if it's only like a couple of months.
Right, and the cycle
the immunity lasts.
Right.
Yeah, that would be... not good.
Of course, we're talking about the elephant in the room, the virus. We're still on the low swing. We're getting ready to go up the hill, and yeah.
Apparently, I heard that apparently New York is about to hit the peak now next week,
right?
And they have the first signs of
slowing down.
Some of the values topping off or slowing down in slowing their increase. So that's not too bad. But yeah, Italy the same thing. Now apparently in Germany, in Europe, Spain is the most affected, the fastest rising, and one of the Spanish towns has the world's highest climb. So increase. So that's But again,
which means all those people are hugging and kissing and stuff.
Right. So stay home, practice social distancing, and get on your computer and play WoW.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've been playing online, and it's the best thing for everybody. Yeah.
Have you been in VR this week at all, April?
Too much. I needed to play more.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've been playing.
That's why I didn't see you online at all.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of VR, which I'm ashamed to say. All right. So what's going on this week?
This week we don't have really that much because as I
the
said,
World Quest thingy.
Yeah, we still have that going on. We still have the World Quest event going on and the Comp Stomp. And then we'll have a 1 week. We are back to having the week off for the PvP brawls, which means next week or the upcoming week we're not going to have a PvP brawl, but we're going to have a time walking, which is going to be Cataclysm. So you can go and do your Cataclysm time walking dungeons, and you can do your Firelands raid time walking. So yeah, that's basically, and of course the almighty Darkmoon Fair is in town again.
Right, Darkmoon Fair has started.
Like the bonus XP, so it's leveling dream.
Right, it's double. Boil in trouble.
It's we have 110 then, 110% bonus,
right?
Plus whatever else you can come up with. I'm going to get to this to my experience in my segment, which some of it is just insane, but I'll get to that eventually.
All right, well, let's get started.
I've had a fantastic week in WoW. It's very comforting. Those battlegrounds where you're not necessarily putting out more damage, but you feel like you're contributing more by pushing all the buttons all at once. Bad boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Constructs, how's your week in WoW been?
My week in WoW has been plagued by real life. I get up at 9 in the morning, and sometimes I don't eat breakfast till like 6 p.m. because I got so much to do in real life, and it's highly, highly frustrating to have this bonus to XP and not be able to cash in. So like I'm juggling a few things to try and make sure that I can get some personal free time in the game, and sometimes the only time that I can get is sitting on the toilet while soaking my feet in the tub
TMI.
and playing Hearthstone.
Okay.
TMI, right? So I'm playing Hearthstone a lot. I bought like I said last week, I bought the expansion where I get 90 packs at launch, and I got a couple legendaries this week. I got 3 legendaries this week.
Oh, congrats. Now, how long did it take you to open up 90 packs?
90 packs would probably take about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because you have to write down the name of the legendaries you get, because every single legendary is good. There's not one bad legendaries in the game. So you have to weigh the pros and cons. You're going to use a legendary for this, you're going to use a legendary for that. On my EU account, I got the legendary Grummash Hellscream. Like, he has plus 6 attack if he's damaged. So, like, that's insane.
Right.
And on top of that, the next card after that was like deal 1 point of damage to a minion and up the attack by 2. So he has plus 8 damage. He already has 6 attacks, so that's 14 attacks. So you can 2-shot anybody in the game if you get him early on and you get him in play and you keep him alive. But he's only on the warrior deck.
Is there a card where you can multi-attack?
That's in the shaman deck where you can give a minion Wind Fury.
So
the warrior doesn't get that benefit.
Okay, so it's a warrior card, obviously, yeah.
It's a warrior card, yeah. You can only play it under warrior deck, and Grommash gets to be in the deck for Garrosh. So the father and son can be the same game.
Oh, cool.
Oh my God. It's like so much OP. I don't like the other warriors in there at the moment. If Varian was in the game, I would play Varian, but he's not in the cards just yet. So I'm expecting Blizzard to unveil him later as a bonus to an expansion or something. Because every expansion, when they bring out something, they bring out a new portrait, whether it's Medivh or the Priestess of Elune there, whatever her name is, Tehran. Yes. Sylvanas. Yeah, they always bring out new portraits, and the portraits usually cost money. There's no way to get them for free. So if you want the new portrait, you have to do something. So I still want the Murloc Shaman. The only way to get that is to invite 5 people to play Hearthstone. A lot of people, what they do is they create 5 fake emails and they send themselves a friend request, and that's how they get the Murloc portrait. But that's not what I want to do. I want to earn them fair and square by inviting 5 different people to the game. Now, that's enough about Hearthstone. You'll hear more when the expansion drops on Tuesday. But it's a lot of fun. And so, like, real life hits hard this week. And my microphone sounds like a robot. So Grandigus tells me, Dawn, or that's my name, Dawn. He says, Constructs, he goes, your volume mic is a little bit low, or you sound like a robot. So, like, I look at the network, and I phone my internet provider, and the internet provider says, well, you need either a second IP address or you need to double your data to the upload to be streaming better. Well, doubling the data might be too much money. Having a second IP, that might be more in the cards. I just have to look what I have to do for that. But it also means buying more networking hardware.
Right,
and,
exactly.
I bought a Switch, which, might not be that much. It's $200 something US, but the problem is the value of the Canadian dollar is really bad. So it's 438 Canadian. That's money out of my pocket to keep the podcast free, so to speak. But as Brilliant will tell you, there's nothing free in life anymore. Everybody wants a piece of the pie. And I really, really appreciate Grandigus when he gives me the feedback, because it's not everybody who gives you the feedback. Like, in life, if you can find a friend, like there's a proverb that says the wounds of a friend can be trusted. That's actually the Bible, if you want to look it up. And when a friend gives you criticism, take it. Don't take it because it's harsh or whatnot. Take it because it can help you improve your life. So I'm improving my setup. I went and got this T1 microphone.
Yeah, that's nice.
That set me back $300. But it sounds a whole lot better than the other microphone I had before. I returned the other mic. And they charged me for returning it. It's a $3 restocking fee. Thank you. Just take it. I don't want it. So anyway, I got a credit, and with the credit and the new microphone, the extended warranty, I came out that basically I bought the other mic for free, and I didn't get any money back for it, but it's okay. It's such his life. I talked to a guy who was spent 20 years building booths. So maybe that's what I'll do is I'll build a booth around my section so that the the sounds from the street is not so loud. We were also using Crisp.ai on recommendation from Frasley. Frasley was very gracious and spent an hour with me discussing my sound setup. I was immensely grateful to him because he's very knowledgeable. And also this week in game, I moved my Paladin from my first account to my second account.
Oh, wow.
It took about 7 hours. It said, you have heirlooms. I had to find all my heirlooms. It said, you have battle pets. So I literally had to empty my bank into a guild bank. I had to take everything out of my bags, everything out of my quest log. I threw away all my items. I deleted all my quests. I just worked, and I could not find the item. What is in my bag that's preventing the realm transfer? And as I'm going through my bank, when I got the last couple of bags, I found 3 toxic wastelings. My account already has 3 toxic wastelings in my thing. So I have 3 extra toxic wastelings that I couldn't, either I delete them or I send them to an alt. They cannot be on a character that does a realm transfer or an account transfer. So I mailed them to my Tauren Druid. And after that, the account transfer went through. When you have an account transfer, it freezes your character for a few hours. You cannot do anything with that
Nothing.
character. So I just turned the game off, turned the computer off, went to bed, woke up the next day, and my account, when I logged in, it said this character needs a rename. But I already has a name. Why would I need to rename? You need to rename him because when they move your character over, what happens is they have to create a second character, give him all the same achievements. If you have achievement progress, you most likely lose the achievement progress because they can't copy every value. They copy what they can. So if you have a reputation to exalted, great. If you have a reputation to revered, you may lose the revered towards exalted. So they have to follow very, very strict guidelines to try and accommodate you as much as possible. So
without making it too disadvantageous to other people.
Exactly, because you can also change faction if you want. But I only did the account transfer, so that was 32 Canadian. That's, again, more money out of my pocket. But I did that because I wanted to be able to have my Paladin and my Rogue in the same screenshot. Now I can invite my Rogue to a different realm because I have Alliance on Earthen Ring. Or I can invite my Paladin to a different realm because I have Horde on Thorian Brotherhood. But it all has to work together because you can only invite higher level if you have a max level on that realm. So if you don't have a level 110 on your third account, you cannot pull them over to the different realm. It's very, very complicated business. I don't mind doing the extra footwork, but I can see why Blizzard did things the way they did to like sort of protect the RP/PvP realms to prevent people from going over there because RP/PvP is a much slower population, and that way they're sort of protected their ecosystem and their economy is not in complete havoc when people come and farm on their realm or whatnot. Because there are already less people. If there's no mats to farm, that's just going to be complete chaos. I wanted to go to Vashir to get the red monocle. The red monocle is a fishy monocle. It's hard to get. You need to spend like an hour. You need to have either flying artisan or flying mastery. So that's the 5,000 gold flying. So if you don't have that, you can't get that monocle because your character just doesn't fly fast enough. And even with swim speed potions, you get 200% boosted speed for 25 seconds. It's not enough to reach all the objectives to get all the mats for the monocle, because some of the mats for the monocle last for an hour, some of them last for 30 minutes, and some of them only last for 5 minutes. If you have mats in your bags for 5 minutes, you have to get to the next fish to trade in the goods before the 5 minutes expire. Otherwise, you lose those goods. And once you collect the monocle, you have to delete the mats that you haven't used up, because if you still have seashells that are not expired, what happens if you have a stack of 500 seashells and a seashell that's not expired, that's only got 3 minutes left on it, it'll delete your whole stack of 500.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's really, really important when you do the red monocle that you have all your ducks in a row and you line up the shot, and like in the movie Deadpool, you take out 3 bad guys with 1 bullet because you're short of bullets. It's that complicated. And so I'm doing that today. So we're not doing the hive mind just yet because it's just too complicated. I don't have all the parts yet.
Yeah.
I do have them alliance side. I just don't have them horde side. So there's still delays, and we still have to get a monocle from the Halls of Origination. So when I can invite Grand Nagus or Aprillian to that. Aprillian will need your Pandaren to come to Halls of Origination when I do it. It's like 45 minutes to do that. So maybe I'll send you an invite later and just use my Warlock to summon you direct. So you don't have to do the run around. You just show up, collect the chest, and you're done. Just like we did in the Sky Reach, right? Not too complicated. Yeah, it sounds like a plan. And so it's practical to have that. I don't have a lot of in-game content just because I spent maybe 3 hours in the game all week. I was just that busy with real life that I
think most
physically
of us were.
could not sit at the computer. And when I did sit at the computer, I would do this.
I think most of us were. It was a rough week.
I was so tired. My wife could hear me snoring from 20 feet away. So that's pretty much been my week.
Through how many walls?
For what?
The snoring.
Through how many walls could she hear you?
Oh no, there's an open space between my little cubicle and her chair.
Okay.
All right.
But 20 feet away, she can hear me snoring in the chair.
Yeah. That's not.
Oh, excellent. Oh. How you doing?
I get excited. I get giddy and love making mini alts. My dog is trying to poop for the Horde and for the Alliance. It was funny in my head.
Brilliant. How was your week in WoW?
Well, we finished off last week. I made a lot of progress, and Aprillian is getting her little Shalaron place all together. This week, I didn't play that much, but I waited until Darkmoon Fair, and I got her, her cooking and stuff, I got that up, and fishing, because she's still not at max fishing. But the most important thing I did this week was I took Me out, and Me is, I don't know if you remember this, but Me is my level, he was my level 58 warlock, my only male that I have, and it's so funny because he's playing in Ashara, which before wasn't that kind of low level, but now it's perfect for 58, and he dinged 59 after going to Darkmoon Fair. And it's funny because I did these quests with a lot of these quests, in this whole area where you have to go and get the secret rocket plans and stuff. And I did all these quests with my twins. I had 2 twin warlocks. And I almost forgot how much fun and how much work Blizzard did in this area. It's just kind of funny when you go back and play in an area that you hadn't played before, had played at a different level. I'm enjoying it. He's also a skinner, so he's getting a lot of skinning experience and XP for doing these quests. And I'm hoping with the extra XP, because he did go to Darkmoon Fair, that he is going to, my goal for him, and it's Me, which is M-I, which is such a cool name, a 2-letter name, is to get to 60 so that he can get flying. And he's about 1/3 of the way there. Aprillian is ready and waiting to do these quests with you. I know it's complicated. I'm a little bit nervous because I know that for her to go forward, she is going to have to, isn't she going to have to go into some dungeons? Other than the holiday stuff, she has not been in a dungeon, and so it's going to be a kind of a...
Yeah, but I'll be able to bring my paladin along, so you won't have to
I know she'll
worry
be
about
safe.
nothing.
It's just kind of weird to go into a dungeon after all this time. But it'll be fun. Actually, I might enjoy it, and who knows, maybe I might get the dungeon fever again. And I guess that's been about my week. I'm going to try to bring everybody out as I can this week to do stuff. I really should be playing the rogue that I boosted on my other account, and I might get her out, especially to get the Darkmoon Fair buff. And that's about been my week. I'm gonna try to play a little bit more later on, but yeah, life is weird right now, very weird.
I find it very, very easy to be true. Am allerschönsten war es doch zu Haus, und auch sonst mich einst in die Welt hinaus. Und in der Ferne suchte ich mein Glück, wer kennt den Weg zurück.
And now it's time for add-on Spotlight and a whole bunch of other things from Grand Nagus. What do you have for us this week, Grand Nagus?
Oh, I don't really have that much this week because, again, we have all that IRL stuff going on,
yes,
and still nothing going on. So I've been mentally preoccupied with all that stuff, and it's I don't want to say it's taken a toll on me, but it still gave me a lot of time to think.
Yeah.
And with the game itself, when I got to play, or when I took the time to play, however you want to phrase it, I basically concentrated on the Volpira that I've been talking about last week. She finally dinged 120 on Tuesday.
Oh,
Wednesday.
Congrats.
Thank you. One thing I noticed was that, and I didn't know this, is that although it's a character, a allied race that got added later, apparently you get your heritage armor at 110 regardless.
Oh.
So you don't have to max out the character to 120. You get the heritage of the Volpira in this case, the heritage armor at 110, and you get the quest to go and collect it at 110. So that makes it my third regular heritage armor. The first one was the Void Elf one. The second was the Light Forged. And then now the Volpira. And of course, and this is something that I don't know what's going on with that. I checked and I talked to Constructs earlier. I was wondering where the entrance in the achievement UI was for the heritage armor, and it's in the reputation section. And when I looked, I didn't find the regular race's heritage armor achievement there. So I'm not sure if I just didn't remember getting them and they are somewhere else, which doesn't make sense because heritage armor regardless is linked to reputation. because you need to be at max reputation with any race that you, regardless of them being a regular race or an allied race. You need to be exalted with that race on one toon. So I don't know where the achievements are, if they are around at all. My regular gnome, I have the Gnomrigan heritage armor, and I have the Blood Elves heritage armor, which hands down obviously is the best of the heritage armor sets because of the story involving the Dark Lady. Peripherally only, but still she's in there, so that's always good. And yeah, but and I must say the Volpira quest chain to unlock the allied race wasn't really what I expected. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't structured the way any of the other quest change was structured. So I'm not sure if I like it that much. It's still a story about the Volpira and all that. I'm not going to spoil it for people that haven't done it yet, but it wasn't the kind of story that I expected, let's put it that way. So yeah, and then let me just see the Volpira Shaman that I mentioned, Dinging 120, has been my first ever toon to go into a horrific vision. And as I expected, she failed miserably. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Again, I said I wasn't going to go in there. I tried it once, and yeah. If I get to go in there with someone else, like we go in there with a group, I might, but yeah. And then, last but not least, last week I totally forgot to mention that, and this is kind of shameful, I totally forgot which one it was, but I just wanted to give Duvesay a shout out because she gifted me a pet. She sent me a pet in the mail. And thank you very much, Duvesay, for that pet. And it was a level 25 pet on top of that. So I didn't even have to level it.
Wow.
Which, again, double thank you.
Right.
Thank
How
you very
cool
much,
is that?
Duvesay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's been my week.
Awesome.
Week.
What?
It's a good week.
Yeah.
Excellent week.
I guess it's time for email now.
Emails, folks?
Email, email,
La data. You've got mail. Who's next? I'm addicted to you, baby.
lovely little email. Our first email is from Duvesay. Speaking of Duvesay, and she writes, "Greetings to the captain and crew of the mighty warship Caw. So long has it been since my last missive that I find myself ashamed of my recent distance from my dear friends. A malaise of the body took from me any interest in my travel to Azura. That does happen. However, now on the mend, I find myself venturing out into the world once more. Indeed, this last week has seen the rapid gain of experiences from many of my correspondents. Most of them seem to be searching for new armor, made especially for those of their race. Orchid, a sneaky little rogue, recently traveled to New Tinkerton Town for that express purpose. After many exciting adventures and tedious tasks, she emerged with a completed set of armor, which pleased her mightily. Camamila, a Tauren hunter, also recently completed her journeys in Zandalar and returned home to Thunderbluff to take her own spirit journey to find these precious heirlooms of her people. I have recently made a new friend, a funny little creature of the people I encountered in Voldon. Her people have requested membership in the Horde. While the warlord initially showed no interest in assimilating their race, they soon proved their worth and were warmly welcomed into the Horde. Lethuis of the Volpara has taken to scampering around in the northern barrens and is quite taken with her little companions. She is currently engaged in an ongoing battle with a troll, Krissa, and confronts her daily to practice the art of combat with the little creatures. Many of my friends and informants are scattered across Azeroth, seeking adventurous experiences. Some are venturing to far-off worlds, some to distant shores of Northrend and Pandaria. I will keep you informed as to our adventures as we continue across this splendid world of ours. Fair winds and following seas, your devoted friend, Duvasay. That was awesome, Duvasay. So she has a Valpara, she has a Lethuis, and that was awesome. Although, I have to say, I am impressed that you have a Tauren hunter. I've had a hunter before. I had a Tauren before, and actually she was a hunter too. But I kept getting stuck indoors. So kudos to you.
Female Tauren had that issue for quite a while.
Yes. Not their fault. It's the fault of the architectures of Azeroth. You know, they should have some sympathy. But thank you very much, Duvasay, and it's good to hear from you, and I'm glad that you are adventuring once more into our little realm, as it were. Who would like to read the next email?
I'm doing guild updates right now, sorry.
Okay, I can do it. It is from Kyle, of course. Hello, everyone. Hope you all continue to stay safe and healthy. Online schooling went as expected for the first week. Lots of crashes and an inability to access the website. Technology is wonderful until it doesn't work. Who would have thought that would happen with hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of kids all needing to do their work online now? I've been dabbling in a lot of things. Finally decided to try LFR for the current raid. Did some classic leveling, and I swear the classic world is a lot larger than retail. Everything is just so big. And some leveling on my rogue. Good job, Kyle. I'm glad you're getting to play. Here's today's Blast from the Past. It is from episode 404. Enjoy, Kyle. Yeah, I'm glad you're playing. I guess he's playing Classic WoW. I really need to do that. I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, and Classic is so big because you don't fly.
Right.
It's fun if you have bags. Find yourself somebody to make bags for you and you're set.
Right. All right. Kyle's Blast from the Past. Today is Friday, January 16th, 2015, and this is episode 404, entitled Episode Not Found. I know, I'm giving you a chance to giggle. It's so funny. My biggest obsession now is I was on my non-enchanters. I was just selling all my, soulbound stuff as I progressed. Mm-hmm. But that's Draenic dust. Yeah. And so now I've been like, anybody on that's got an enchanter shack? Got an enchanter shack. I got some stuff to DE. You know, it's almost like a little obsession. So I just want to give a shout out to Cowboy. Hadn't seen him online in months. First thing I said to him was, "Hey, got an enchanter shack?"
Hey, where you been? Congrats. Can I use your stuff?
Yes. And then I felt guilty because I had been sending stuff to my enchanter, but I don't need to do that anymore. I can just,
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, I mean, is a really cool option. It really is a good option, so.
Right, but it just seems, like it's taking away somebody's job. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about.
What?
There's this one thing that's going on that they changed with the quest. I meant to talk about it a couple of weeks ago. I put it in the show notes. Sometimes when you finish a quest, it takes away the exact objective. It just says, this quest is now ready for turn-in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The only thing that it hurts me with that is that I'm sometimes looking at the objectives to see what I need to do. And, do I need any more? Or, wait, which quest? I don't need that anymore. But it was still kind of nice to see. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, I do like it, though, because it makes room for more quests to be visible in your log.
Right. But it still makes me, it helps me to understand, I was over here for that, but now I don't need that because, wait a minute. Didn't I need that thing over there? Well, and I don't know why I need it anymore. I mean, it's not necessary, but it was some way of keeping track of what I was doing. Yeah. I don't know if that does that make sense?
Are you even speaking English? This doesn't make sense at all.
And that's
what I mean?
I just don't get it.
Yeah. That's been my week.
Now, back to my obsession of late, Iron Man. When last we left, a little bit ironic, of my little gnome priest, she was at level 16. So I got her up to, at level 20, I decided not to push my luck in Lochmodan and get those higher quests. I'm going to take her back to Lake Ridge. And, so she was questing in Lake Ridge. And then some really fabulous player that I passed in the inn said, where you, just the letter U, not Y-O-U, but where you get that awesome gear? And I didn't even see it right away, but when I saw it, I'm thinking to myself, lay on the side of the road in some mud puddle, the same place you got your winning personality, I think. It's like, where you get that awesome gear? So I ignored that. I did go back and remember I was saying that my priest seemed to be doing better than my warrior on Iron Man, and my Iron Man had Iron Breaker. My warrior had to run away from Belly Grub and the Murlocs when she was level 20 and they were 16. Hey, a little bit ironic. The priest took down Belly Grub and Murlocs. Pew, pew, pew. No problem at level 20.
Nice.
So priest was definitely doing better than the warrior was. Yeah. And so then she was almost through. She was on up, just about ready to go over to wetlands already at 22. My warrior wasn't able to do that till like 24. So I was in the cave, that last cave, get that last ogre, Go Crush. She had already taken out the rares. She was taking him out. And it was a fight to the finish. And she finished last.
No!
So if you go on to controlaltwow.blogspot.com, you will see a little bit ironic's death thoughts. He's lying face down in the cave. I mean, he was literally like, we each had little bits of health, and by then I'm like, just screw it. I'm going to finish this out. I'm going to do it. I did. I'm flash healing.
No. So close.
So she had got 22. So, Iron Rocker Girl, new blood elf. Blood elf.
Nice.
What the heck was she? Oh, she was a warlock. I figured I need range, I need minions, I need a warlock.
Yes.
So
that's a girl.
Yeah, she's going through and she's surviving all these areas that other Iron Mans have caved to. She survived the mines, which has taken out 2 of my Iron Women. She survived the Spire, which one of them had gotten crapped all over a few weeks ago. I actually stayed alive long enough. She got the quest to Undercity. So, hey, great, Undercity. So I went over there and I hit some quests on that side. But it was kind of hard to get quests there because she hadn't been doing all the starter quests, and those quests are really linear. So I didn't want to do the really super low level quest, but I couldn't pick up the higher level quest. So she basically picked up some flight points and to Hillsbrad for when Hillsbrad comes up later. Then went off to Orgrimmar. And so I took her over to the Farwatch post. So I sent her down to Razor Hill so she can get that quest. It's a low level quest, but hey, it's a quest to go to Farwatch post. So she picked up the quest, and somebody whispered, "Nice name." In Razor Hill. So that's pretty cool. Iron Rocker Girl. Nice. Rock on. So she did have green quests at Farwatch Post until she hit level 19, which all her quests went gray. So I'm like, oh, but I really want to get to Crossroads. So I just picked up the quest. I did the quest to go in and kill the guy in the cave and pick up the supplies for Crossroads. And then you can hop on the Kodo and go to the farm. Yeah. And then at the farm, I just went right over to the Kodo and took the Kodo to the Crossroads. So got her at the Crossroads. And let's see, this afternoon, she was just about at level 20. And, I just freaking stopped paying attention to the health bar. I'm just sitting there. She's just doing so awesome. We're just and I'm listening to an audiobook and kind of keep my eye on my work emails. And I look up in the upper left-hand corner, and oh wow, my minion, my Voidwalker, he's just about dead. I better. Oh my God, I'm almost dead. Oh
no.
Oh.
The cardinal rule. I just stopped looking at my health bar. I'm delirious now.
You're delirious with all this power, this iron power.
So now I have Iron Breaker, a human hunter, and Ironeficent, an undead hunter. Iron Breaker is level 9. Ironeficent is level 13. And I really hope that next week they'll still be with us. But I've kind of decided that I think Hunter, I haven't been keeping track of all the ones that I've killed, unless I went through all my notes. But I've decided Hunter, I'm going to stick with Hunter for a while because she has the pet. She can heal her pet. Right. My Warlock Iron Man can't heal her minion. Yeah. The only thing I can do is summon a new one every time. Yeah. She also can wear leather, at the start, so she's a little less squishy. She can fire. She can shoot while running, which my Warlock can't. Warlock's got to sit and stand her ground. Yeah. Unless she's like throwing corrupt or something. She's got a really good range. Yeah, so I think I'm going to stick with my hunters for a while. And now if I can just get myself to pay attention and not let my mind wander and follow all my little guidelines.
Rule number 1, Rogue Slayer.
Pay attention.
Yes. Ignore everything else when you do an Iron Man.
Just pay attention.
Oh my God, I so feel your pain. I can't believe that this week.
I couldn't believe that one today. I was just like, "What? Are you kidding me? Did you really just do that? Go have some tea. Your mind is oh my God."
Oh my gosh, wow.
I can't believe how, I won't say okay, but how she handled losing an Iron Man. I mean, that would just drive me absolutely bananas. Yeah. But she was very graceful about it, and I admire her for that 100%.
Yeah, we get used to it.
Yeah. But I tell you, listening to her talk makes me feel like maybe maybe I should try again. It was very challenging. And, yeah. Thank you, Kyle, for the blast from the past. And now's the time I get to play this.
We're clan of darkness here together. What's in an egg that we can't weather? Apocalypse. We've all been there. It's the same old boss. Why should we care? We're clan of darkness here together. What's in an egg that we can't weather? There's nothing that we can't face. Except for bunnies.
Contracts. How are the Clans of Darknesses and Ctrl-Alt-WoW on Nevercoof and Wormrester Cord doing?
Well, it looks like Winterhoof got the bulk of the leveling this week. Ooh. We have at level 10 working on it. At level 10, work it out. At level 20, working on it. At level 20, work it out. At level 30, work it out. It sounds like they have Green Man, but with a twist, where they craft something.
Oh.
For a lot of professions.
Yeah, working man. Let's put it
the working man.
The working man.
And at level 120, I was doing a couple quests in Bashir to unlock the zone so I could do the red monocle. And Black Hole Sun hit max level. So awesome. That's
your
Goblin Priest.
Yay, congrats.
Yay. And that's it for leveling this week.
All right. So we're going to be recording next Sunday, same time, same bat channel.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to everybody out there. We hope most of you are being able to stay at home. You know, that's the only thing that's going to stop this. You know,
practice social distancing. There's no other way.
There's no other way.
No.
Yeah. I know it's.
Home, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Yes. And stay healthy.
Yeah, and now we've come out with wear a mask, no matter what.
Nice.
Yeah. So, all right, and we'll be here next week. This is Aprillian for the Horde.
This is Constructs for the Red Monocle.
Speedrun Nagus, Rule of Acquisition, number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed. Bye, guys.
Hey, guys.
All right.